Be seated, please. The member from Nepean Carleton will come to order. New question. The member from...
To the Deputy Premier. Ontarians are disgusted about huge bonuses awarded to well-paid Pan Am executives. Speaker, handing up to $450,000 to people already paid at least $250,000 earns this government a gold medal in being out of touch, especially when we see hospital services slashed, people struggling to find home care or long-term care, and so many families unable to make ends meet. We don't even know what the games cost, but in world record time, this minister opens the vault to those who have already cashed in. Speaker, will the government do the right thing by issuing an immediate stop payment on these obscene bonus checks?
Thank you, Deputy Premier.
The minister responsible for the Pan Am Para-Pan Am.
Minister responsible for the Pan Am Games.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to congratulate the member opposite for being the new critic for tourism, culture and sport. And I want to start by saying this, Mr. Speaker. I had an incredible summer out there across the province meeting our athletes and getting into different communities. In fact, the best way you could have met with a Conservative this summer is to show up to a Pan Am game in one of their communities, because they were there the whole time. But the story's very different here in the legislature, and from the very beginning, Mr. Speaker, the Conservatives have been attacking these games. They said we weren't going to be able to sell any tickets. We sold over 1 million tickets for the Pan Am Games. My former critic said no one's cheering for these games, but Mr. Speaker, 1.4 million people attended our celebrations throughout the province. Mr. Speaker, more than 31 million Canadians tuned in either through the television or radio for the Pan Am Para-Pan Am Games.
Member from Leeds Grenville, supplementary.
Thanks, Speaker. Back to the Deputy Premier. But I have to say, Minister, don't put the athletes and the attendees. We're talking about your mismanagement of the operation. Speaker, the Minister and the Premier can't even get their story straight. The Minister says the games were under budget, but the Premier admits they don't know yet. Look, the truth is these games only posted the $50 million savings that the claimed by the minister because of a $74 million bailout from taxpayers. By my math, that's a $24 million deficit. Another reason why these bonuses aren't deserved. Speaker, in the interest of open and transparent government, will the government support my request to bring in the Auditor General and put these bonuses on the bench until we get the real costs?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First point, the $56 million that we reported as a surplus for infrastructure was reported.
The member from Renfrew will come to order, and I'm tempted to move right into the warnings, but I'll give you a chance. Carry on.
$6 million surplus in infrastructure was reported months and months ago at our technical briefings that these guys didn't show up to actually get the information. In addition to that, Mr. Speaker, the member opposite knows that the compensation package and the bylaws and the rules regulations around TO 2015 was a three government process, and in fact the leader of the opposition, his government was part of that process. So I don't understand why it was good enough for the leader of the opposition before when he was in Ottawa, but why is it bad now?
Final supplementary.
Back to the Deputy Premier. Public elementary school teachers are still without a contract. There are 800,000 Ontarians without a family doctor, and you're currently clawing back doctors from seeing new patients. Wait times for long-term care have tripled since 2005, and this government slashed $54 million from the health care budget. All of that, and the Premier is giving Pan Am executives a bonus. Mr. Speaker, does the government have no shame or just the wrong priorities?
Stop the clock. Be seated. Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just want to talk a little bit about the compensation structure again. It was developed on the advice of a third-party consulting firm that was brought in, and it's based on attracting the right type of people over a short period of time to really deliver.
Carry on, please.
To really to be able to deliver the type of games that would make Ontarians proud. This was a large budget, $2.5 billion budget. The Ontario government put in a substantial amount. The federal government put in a substantial amount. The municipal government put in a substantial amount. And really, we wanted to attract the best and brightest from across this country to help us deliver the best type of games, and we were able to accomplish that, Mr. Speaker.